St. Patrick's Day. It probably
I
is.
might go.
St. Patrick's Day on a Sunday this year.
It is. That's what I said.
But yeah, they're just and I'm okay with this.
I'm definitely okay with this. And it's not just because I'm a sinner.
Right.
But there's nowhere in the Bible it tells you not to drink beer.
No, I know a lot of Christians that drink all kinds of liquor, but they don't drink to excess.
Right.
They don't get publicly drunken. You know, they don't get all falling out drunk, sloppy drunk in public and things like that. And they have a glass of this or that, whatever their choice. They have a cocktail or wine or beer, whatever it is that they like. And I'm perfectly fine with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. They show on TV a lot of times you'll see priests, you know, or ministers, whatever, drinking and this and that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I also think that if you start to think about,
I think John's got a different opinion.
Culture. If you think about culture, though, I bet there's a lot of Christians that would like to be around other Christians while they have their beer. That might not want to go to a bar where they're playing music they might not like, or people are cussing or acting
worship
a
the
certain
Lord
way.
and drink your beer.
Yeah, and they could talk about the goodness of the Lord while they
listen to some gospel
have
music.
some ale. That sounds good to me.
Exactly.
Well, as my grandma used to say, we in our last days now. We are in our last days. The church is supposed to be the one place where you abstain from the things that take you from your right mind. You're supposed to be getting connected to the Lord. You're supposed to be
Well, they're not drinking during service.
Channeling. Okay, well.
Yeah, it's not during service.
Oh, so it's like social time?
Yeah.
It's a brewery at the church.
Yeah.
Oh, no, well, that's fine.
They're not like passing the offering plate and
They're not
passing
like-
down
That's
the
what I thought
six
the
pack.
pastor was.
Not making cocktails during the sermon.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, the pastor preaching, everybody got their brown bag with their beer and their OE. I'm like, this is not.
No, they got their own brewery. They ain't drinking no OE.
Oh, okay.
They in church like,
Turn up.
All right, y'all, turn y'all books to the Luke chapter 9 in their lituation.
yeah, no.
And the choirs are A and B number. If you got the time, we got the beer. Followed by I know I've been changed.
Our song selection is going to be Church by Pimpin' Ain't Easy.
Plus, you know, it's like I actually read this article as well because I went to a Lutheran grade school. I remember they used to talk about in our school about Martin Luther liked beer.
Right.
So and they mentioned that in this article actually.
Who Martin Luther King was named after.
Yeah. So about the reformer that the Lutheran Church. Yeah.
Right.
And he talked about just don't be drunk.
And even
don't be
at
drunk,
and
exactly.
even at
That's what the Bible talks about. It doesn't say don't drink. It talks about being drunken.
Mount St. Mary's College or one of those strict religious colleges. They have their own vineyard. So they brew their own wines. They have it on their campus. It's exclusive to their campus. They serve it at all of their events. And this is like a strictly religious school. So
Well, there's still monasteries.
Yeah, you
that
know what
have-
I'm saying?
That
So-
make beer and wine.
Right.
Some of the best in the world.
yeah,
Exactly.
so
Monastery.
yeah. So I mean, it's not a far stretch. I just thought that they was having it 9 a.m. service. You rolling in, pay your $2,
Like
two drink minimum.
Come to our church. Every service is communion.
2 drink minimum.
A 2 drink minimum. I was like, okay, well, no.
Don't forget to tip the deacons on the way out.
Y'all ain't right. Spinning all the hottest jams from the Lord.
We're going to pour some out for our sick and shut-ins.
Wow, little liquor. Why this church got alcohol stains all in the car?
Oh, have y'all ever been in a bar when it's not open? Like in the day or before they open?
Yeah,
They stink.
It stinks. It does stink.
It smells like old beer. It smells like beer
stinks.
just been sitting on the floor.
Stale.
Yes, stale. It's so nasty.
It stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
So football player Marshawn Lynch reportedly hasn't spent a penny of the $49.7 million in salary he has received from the NFL his whole career.
What he been spending? His trap money?
He need to do some broke ass
That's
hacks.
racist.
Hello.
That was racist.
That was.
That's That's true.
But it was funny.
I don't care.
Okay, so anyway.
But at least it's in our category.
No, right. Exactly. We can do that. We can say that. She can say that.
I can say that. It's
Yeah.
all right.
No, what's going on is, well, first of all, he's getting to the point where there are rumors that he's talking about or thinking about retiring.
Oh, okay.
And so this came out, some reporter who knows, about him and his affairs like that, let it out that he has, endorsements and other business ventures that he's been living off of.
Mm-hmm. Good for him.
Smart.
But and they were saying like his endorsements, whatever, like $5 million a year, which is good money.
Mm-hmm.
But I give him props because it takes discipline to live on a budget like that when everybody around you.
That's exactly your peers is.
Yeah, your peers are
way.
balling out of control. Because we know we especially a lot of the athletes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart did a whole bit about how he when he was going broke hanging out with athletes. He said, I don't fuck with athletes. I can't hang with them. I spend too much money. I ain't got money like that. He does now, but he didn't back then.
Well, even on our level, I got friends that make more money than me.
Right.
They love to go out to eat. They love to do it, and I'm like, I'm trying to build something here.
Yeah.
And, even if it's $50 here and $60 there and stuff like that.
That adds up. That's like my budget.
It does.
And they talking about these fools be going out for, $20,000 nights.
Right.
No. I tell my clients all the time, I feel very happy that you feel comfortable enough to invite me to events outside of this, but I'm trying to get up out the toilet. And that ain't gonna happen if I'm spending all my money.
I have a buddy that I've talked about on the show before, my buddy Lance or L. He works in security. So he and it, like when I say he works in security, like all types, like from bodyguarding to, bouncer at clubs to, the Academy Awards, like and everything in between. So he's like all over the gamut. And he tells me like how a lot of times the celebrities in the clubs where he works, he does the high end stuff where the waitresses, the bill is so high that these girls are getting tipped out at like $2,000 and $3,000.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And that's
Easy.
like that. He's like, and that's not like an extravagant tip. That's like the actual tip off of the bill that they should be getting.
Right.
20%.
Yeah.
That's just the gratuity.
Yeah.
I was like, damn. Like, but so yeah, they ball out.
Mm-hmm.
They ball out just to sit down at a table. A lot of them are spending a couple of grand just to sit down at a table.
Oh yeah. Easily.
And have in the VIP
service.
and have bottle service.
Easily.
One little old funky bottle of champagne.
One.
And a table is like $2,000 or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
It's like a 346% markup on alcohol when you purchase bottles inside the club.
Yeah.
I used to work in the club, so I know.
I only did it one time.
That's minimum.
I only did it one time, and I didn't pay for it, by the way. But I was invited by my friend Lamorne, who is a TV actor, and he invited me to Carrie Hilson's Grammy party a few years back. And wow, they know how to live, but I can't hang with them. I cannot hang.
Of course not. We just regular poor folk.
Yeah, I cannot. It's like, but when there was this girl, I don't want to say her name actually because she's kind of known, but she was a little drunk. And she's like, I can't drink all this vodka alone. And I'm like, I will help you, sister.
Funny, because I could do it.
My mama raised me to be a gentleman.
Right.
So I am gladly at your service.
I am a steward.
Well, you
And
know
I will
what?
help you.
I could do that.
I just wanted to bring this story up because we always hear the stories about how so-and-so went broke. Or so-and-so, was this actor or this level of athlete, and now they're
Athletes
working
especially.
at this
Trader
place or that place
Joe's
or whatever.
whatever.
And there's always this thing and this stigma, and some of it is rightfully earned and some of it is not, about athletes, especially football players, about they blow their money and this and that. Well, there's some reasons behind that, and it's not entirely fair to football players. First of all, they earn the lease of all the athletes, right? They earn the lease. They don't have guaranteed money. Right, and agents and lawyers and all those people take a big chunk of it. Okay, so there's that, and then there's this misnomer that they all go broke buying cars. Multimillionaires don't go broke buying cars. Okay, generally, unless they're buying a whole bunch of $1 million cars, which nobody's doing that. They're buying regular, nice luxury cars that are in
$100,000,
right
at the most.
Right, and that's not what put people in the poor. It's buying the houses. and they did a
And the
study, and they found out
taxes.
that most of these football players, or a large majority of them, that people are like, oh, that's a shame. He tricked off all his money. No, not really. He tricked off some of it, but he also bought several houses for family members and mamas and grandmamas and all that kind of stuff. And so,
Which they
It-
furnish and pay
it's
taxes
kind of like
on.
what do you call it?
Exactly.
It's like the MC Hammer
Uh-huh.
syndrome, whatever.
Exactly.
Where he mismanaged, but a lot of it was because he was being
Handouts.
a good guy.
Yeah.
He was trying to help people.
Do
He was
his
trying. He
family
had
right.
200 people, no exaggeration, on his payroll for years,
Right.
and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. Hammer would have been all right.
You
by
can
himself.
you can say, yeah, exactly. So let's be fair to these guys and not be overly critical, whatever. Now,
Yeah.
not to say that there aren't some Allen Iversons out there. There are some guys out there that
Did I
just
choke you?
mismanage their money.
I was like, what?
Actually mismanage their money.
No, I still have respect for him because even if this was $49,000,
Yeah.
and you saved it,
Right.
I'm like, good, wow, good
Right.
on you for that. You like having that, like you said, restraint.
Let me tell you,
Jay
that
Leno
could have
did the
been
same thing.
That could have been $49.70. I'd have been like, "Ooh, Lord, he is doing something. He's holding on to it.
But yeah,
You
that's
invest that.
that's and it's even more important that football players do it because, like I said, they don't have guaranteed contracts,
And you got to
and
remember,
they have a higher chance of injury.
and then a lot of these football players, a lot of these athletes, they don't come from money. They don't come from wealth.
They
They don't
don't.
come from great neighborhoods. They don't come from trust funds.
They don't.
They don't have nothing.
They don't.
So they are like literally finding out how
They
to
are.
manage their money.
Right.
They
That's
are-
another reason I have less respect.
Yep.
Yeah, they are finding out what to do with it and what not to do with it.
Yes.
And they mom don't have no stable home. Her sink is falling through the floor, so they're gonna buy their mama house. They want to buy they this and that and all these things that they always dreamed about, and not realizing that your money doesn't recycle itself
And
like
it
that.
still can happen. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, highly intelligent, probably one of the most intelligent athletes around.
Right.
Okay, everyone knows he's very intelligent. He lost a lot. The reason why he played and broke so many records wasn't because he wanted to. He was broke.
Right. He had to keep
playing because he lost a whole bunch of money because he trusted the wrong
investment.
person or some whatever. They made bad. Yeah, I think he got taken advantage of or stolen or something like that. But it can happen to anybody,
Yeah.
even people who are intelligent.
Yep.
So things can happen. You think you would do it all yourself, but you don't know what it's like dealing with that kind of money.
Right.
You really don't. It's different. It's really different. And yeah, you shouldn't be, hands off. You should definitely know what's going on. But yeah, you definitely got to have people that you trust, and you still have to be in the mix. You can't just leave them, I trust you and just give them, carte blanche to your finances because you will.
I can barely manage $600. I'd be like, where'd I put that 20 that I had?
All right. Now it's TV time. Leaving Neverland.
Ooh, controversy.
So I watched the first half, the first 2 hours. Pip, so it's like 4 hours. Yeah, they're 2 hours apiece.
Plus, Oprah got a 1 hour after show.
Right, I haven't seen the after show yet.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I
Well, you've
saw
seen the whole thing,
yes,
everything.
I have 5 hours of molestation in my brain.
So, okay, what is your takeaway? What's your feel? I don't know if we've ever discussed
I didn't see it.
the whole. Yeah, we know that.
Well, I was busy.
Huh?
I said, well, I was busy. You know what? Y'all clear throats.
Partying.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't think we ever discussed Pip on this show or at any point. We've talked about R. Kelly a little bit. We've talked about some of the other Harvey and Bill Cosby, but I don't think we've ever discussed our feelings on Michael Jackson and his thing. I guess my question is, what was your feeling about the accusations before the show, and what are your feelings about the accusations now that you watched the documentary?
Okay, so I am a Michael Jackson fan.
Right.
Everybody is.
Yes.
So that's not saying anything. But he's not my number one artist or anything like that. I've never really idolized him. Not even in the '80s. I always thought he was good. He's Michael Jackson. He's unique. He's been around literally my whole life.
Yeah, we were always Camp Prince.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I believe the accusations way back when because they came up twice and they were the exact same story twice.
Yeah.
from children.
Right.
So I'm kind of like, yeah. And then the way it went down, I believed. And I was saying back then, like, what's a grown man doing sleeping with